Hello everyone, I'm Indira Sharma from loosenyourmind.com, where you'll be finding blogs, posts and stories related to mental health. So do check our website and stay connected with us by subscribing it. So in my today's video, I'll be discussing about how you can recognize the early signs of mental illness and how you can cure by yourself without visiting a doctor. But before that, we Loosen Your Mind team are very glad to share with you all that after our very first video, people have started getting in touch with us through our website and through email. They are ready to share their stories. They are ready to share whatever they have been going through all these years, and they were not very comfortable sharing with their friends and families. And we on our part are very grateful to them that they believed in us. So if you also have unsaid stories, unheard stories which you are not comfortable sharing it with anyone, you can get connected with us through our website. You can just drop in a message asking for a call back, or you can just email us at loosenyourmind@gmail.com. So coming back to the main topic of today, we live in a technological era and we have become so much obsessed with our mobile phones in particular, right? So we really don't have time to lift our heads up and to talk to the person sitting beside us. Right? We may be getting all the news from all over the world, but we are not knowing, or we are not interested to know what our next door neighbor is doing, or maybe what he's going through. So it has been so easy to go about our so-called busy life and not recognize all those signs of our mental illness. Our body has a warning system which alerts us about our signs of any kind of illness, right? Whether it be physical illness or mental illness. So we need to understand and we need to pay attention to it. So I'll be sharing with you all few such signs our body shows. So the first one we have is long lasting or continuous sadness or irritability. So when you are basically irritated for such long period of time, or maybe in a continuous every day-to-day life, you're just irritated about small things, right? And you're sad for no reasons, right? And that also maybe a week or months it has become. So that time you need to recognize that you are not well mentally. Number 2, we have excessive worrying or fear. So when you're worried about certain things very much, too much, and when you're fearing of some certain things excessively, when you're not able to control your emotions properly, then you need to understand that you are not well mentally, or there's some kind of problem. The third one is social withdrawal. Social withdrawal basically means when you're not feeling like going out in the society, speaking to people, you are just distancing yourself from the people, or distancing yourself from friends or family. You're just sitting in one corner. You just feel like sitting in one corner. You just feel like speaking to no one, right? So that also shows some kind of illness, that you are not well. Number 4, you have extremely high and low moods, basically the mood swings, right? So at one point of time you are feeling very happy, and at the very other moment you feel completely sad. When you are well mentally, that kind of sudden changes in your mood does not happen, right? So when your mood is shifting from one very high to very low, then you should figure out that something is not going right with you. Number 5, we have changing of eating habits. So what do you mean by changing of eating habits? So now maybe something is bothering you inside your mind, inside your brain. That's the reason you are not feeling like eating. Or maybe it's troubling you so much that to control that, to ignore that feeling, that you just eat too much. So that is some kind of eating disorder, right? So that is also one kind of mental illness which you need to figure out, which you need to see the signs. So the 6th point is confused thinking and problems in concentrating and learning. So what do you mean by confused thinking? So you are not able to think in a proper way, okay, and you're not able to concentrate on learning, right? Or anything, any work is given to you and you're not able to concentrate on that. So that this problem basically happens in children, and it's not about 1 or 2 days that you're not able to concentrate. That's very normal and it happens to everyone. But for a very long period of time, if you're not able to concentrate, if you're not able to think properly in a proper manner, then you should figure out, then you should know that you have some kind of symptoms related to mental illness. And the last one I have is overuse of some alcohol or any kind of drugs. So basically, when people are depressed or when people are not well mentally, what they tend to do is that they tend to shift their mind by diverting their mind in the use of drugs or maybe alcohol. Everything, if there's under a limit, it's completely fine. But if it goes out of control, then anything is not good for your health. The basic 7 points which I have discussed with you, which maybe if you find within you, then it is time that you need to understand yourself and you need to introspect. Basically, you need to go inside yourself and then you need to figure out what needs to be the next step. But there again is no need of panicking situation, right? So you can overcome slowly and steadily without visiting a doctor also. But first thing is acceptance. Without accepting, you cannot heal yourself, right? So I have come up with few points again where you can heal yourself, how you can heal yourself. The first and foremost I feel is sharing it with someone, sharing with your families, sharing with your friends. If you're not comfortable sharing with them, you can always share with us at Losing Your Mind. So wherever possible way, you need to share your thoughts, because whatever is going through inside you, no one knows till the time you share, right? Once it starts to overflow, right, then only people will start knowing something is happening, something wrong is happening to him or her. But till the time, at the very early stage, people will not be knowing. So that is the time where you need to take care of yourself and heal yourself. And how the first step of healing is, you need to share it to whoever you want to, whoever you're comfortable with, you need to share it with them. Because once you start sharing, you will immediately feel that half of the problem is already gone. So secondly is identifying the problem. So what do you mean by identifying the problem? So you need to understand where the problem is. What is the thing which is troubling you? Why is it happening to you? Why are you getting lots of thoughts, negative thoughts maybe? Why you are not able to concentrate on anything? So what is the matter? What is that thing which is troubling you or bothering you so much that you are not able to function your life properly? So that is the problem which you need to identify and get the solution. Thirdly, we have giving time to yourself, oneself basically. What happens when we give time to ourselves? We understand our needs, what we need, what is making us sad, why are we not happy. We get inside, we need to get inside ourselves, right? Because we may be having so much responsibilities in our house, in our jobs maybe, that we just think of them only. We just think of office when you're at home also, or maybe we just are continuously thinking of family, how I can keep them happy. This is not happening, that is not happening. So we have so much responsibilities in our head that sometimes we tend to forget our own existence, and we are busy thinking about others. We are busy thinking about how to keep my parents happy, how to keep my in-laws happy, how to keep my boss happy, how to keep this happy, how to keep my boyfriend, girlfriend happy. So this is continuously happening in our mind. But we hardly think how to keep ourselves happy, because the first thing is, if we are not happy from within, we cannot make others happy. So to give time to oneself is very, very necessary. Fourthly, we have developing a habit of yoga and meditation. Exercise in any form is very much helpful for your body, not physically but mentally also. So if you are not into it, then you'll have to jump in it right away. If you are into it, very well and good, but make sure you do it on a regular basis. Because what happens is that we know that it makes our body strong outwardly, physically, but mentally also it plays a very, very huge role. It makes us strong mentally, and meditating every day for at least 30 to 45 minutes gives you clarity of mind. It rewires your brain and it calms your mind. It gives you the clarity of thoughts where you can be sorted out, and if you have the clear thought of what to do and what not to do. So do practice yoga and meditation also. The fifth point we have is overpowering your negative thoughts with the positive things. So whatever negative thoughts you may be getting, right, due to some kind of distractions, due to some kind of environmental issues, right, whatever you may be seeing in the regular basis, so you just have to overpower that with the positive mind. That is, imagining some kind of happy things, positive things going around, right? So if there's negative happening, obviously there's lots and lots of positive also happening around the world, right? So always you need to overpower those negative thoughts with the positive, imagining the positive things in your life, positive things around you. The sixth point we have is reading feel-good books. Feel-good books means whichever books which makes you feel better, right, and overcome any kind of negative thoughts from you. Or you can even try of learning any kind of new musical instruments, because music, it really helps to calm your mind. Whatever things makes you feel happy, listening to the fun songs, listening to happy songs also make you feel very much better. So these are the few tips I have for you if you feel that you have some kind of symptoms of mental illness and you want to get cured at your home only. But it is always advisable that you visit a psychiatrist or a psychologist for that matter if the things are getting out of control or if the things are getting worse. So that's all for today. So subscribe to my channel Losing Your Mind and hit the bell icon to get the regular updates of my new videos. And make sure you share it to all of your friends and families, because you may never be knowing who is in need of such videos and who have burdened their thoughts and they want someone to share it with. Thank you so much.